Never lost it all and had to get it all back. It's got me looking back and everything was all mad. You gotta know the roads and know when to fall back. This time I want it all and it ain't all chat. Oh man, my mommy took my chain and where I'm pawned at. Life's like a movie, I record that. Dad was in jail, so I grew up calling Paul Dad. Sitting in my cell with a...
Inside the Show. Here's your host, Justin Allegri.
Welcome to Inside the Show. Baseball is back in April. Let's check out some of the results from yesterday. In the National League Central, the St. Louis Cardinals allowed only 5 hits in the game as they grabbed the win against the visiting Reds 2-1. Also in news from Cincinnati, first baseman Jorge De Jesus has been waived by the organization. The Bronx Bombers amassed 14 hits in the game as they took a victory against the Brewers in Milwaukee 4-1. The Pittsburgh Pirates nabbed the win against the visiting Cubs 5-4. The Mets defeated the visiting Fightin' Phils 2-1. The Atlanta Braves swung it well with 15 hits in the game as they pulled away from the Nationals 10-2. The San Diego Padres picked up 14 hits in total as they made it a laugher against the Diamondbacks 10-3. The Rockies defeated the visiting Giants 3-2. The White Sox grabbed 13 hits in the game as they took down the Red Sox on the road 9-6. The Blue Jays swatted 4 home runs in this one as they beat the visiting Rays 5-2. The Orioles amassed 14 hits in the game as they got the best of the Dodgers at home 7-0. The Tigers pounded out 17 hits in this one as they beat the Guardians in Cleveland 10-6.
Inside the Show. Here's your host, Justin Allegri.
It's Sunday morning. Welcome to Inside the Show. Looking first at the NL Central, the Milwaukee Brewers totaled 13 hits as a team as they grabbed the win against the visiting Reds 6-2. The Marlins had 12 hits as a team as they beat the Cardinals on the road 7-4. The Arizona Diamondbacks allowed only 5 hits as a staff as they sank the visiting Buccos 4-1.
Inside the Show with your host, Justin Allegri.
Great Sunday action lies ahead, but first, here's what happened in the major leagues on Saturday. In the National League Central, Rudy Swift got his 3rd win this season, helping lead the Cards past Cincinnati 6-1. The Halos smacked 15 team hits as they got the best of the Brewers at home 8-2. Randall Pringle picked up 3 base knocks in the ballgame, leading the Cubbies over the Blue Jays 3-1. Paul Slaughter drove in 4 as the Pirates got the win against the Diamondbacks 4-1. The San Francisco Giants knocked out 12 hits as a team as they took down the Fish in Miami 5-4. The Mariners broke up their 5-game losing skid as they got the best of the Phillies in Citizens.
Inside the Show with your host, Justin Allegri.
It's Sunday morning. Welcome to Inside the Show. Looking first at the NL Central, the Reds put together 10 total hits as they took care of the Mets at Citi Field 4-2. Robert Chan was a clutch performer at the dish with 4 RBIs as Houston took care of the Redbirds 7-6. The Washington Nationals combined to give up just 5 hits as they plundered the Pirates 7-1. The Rangers totaled 11 hits as they bested the Cubbies at Wrigley Field 7-3. The Brewers snapped their 5-game losing streak as they got a road win against Arizona 11-8. The Philadelphia Phillies went deep 4 times as they beat the Braves in Atlanta 8-0.
I get hot like a skillet.
Inside the Show with your host, Justin Allegri.
Great Sunday action lies ahead, but first, here's what happened in the major leagues on Saturday. In the National League Central, the Yankees combined to allow only 4 hits as they got past the Reds in Cincinnati 3-2. The Milwaukee Brewers allowed only 5 hits in the game as they took down the Chi Sox in front of a home crowd 4-1. Byron Cat.
Inside the Show with your host, Justin Allegri.
Hello there, baseball fans, and welcome to a Mother's Day edition of Inside the Show. Looking first at the NL Central, Gary Madden was a major force at the plate, driving in 4 as the Rays got a win against Cincinnati 6-5. He is among the American League leaders in home runs. Lee Williams collected win number 3 this year, helping lead the Brewers to a victory over Toronto 5-4. The win was their 5th straight as a team. The Detroit
Inside the show. Here's your host, Justin Allegri.
It's Sunday morning. Welcome to Inside the Show. In the National League Central, Dino Espinosa smacked a home run and drove in 3 as the Padres were winners over the Reds 5-3. He has now hit safely in 7 straight games. In other news out of Cincinnati, first baseman Billy Benedict is currently listed as day-to-day. He's dealing with a pulled groin. Luis Uribe got his 3rd win this season as the Pirates pushed past the Marlins 5-1. Alfonso Quintero grabbed his 2nd win of the year.
Inside the show. And now your host, Justin Allegri.
Great Sunday action lies ahead, but first, here's what happened in the major leagues on Saturday.
Inside the show. Here's your host, Justin Allegri.
It's Sunday morning. Welcome to Inside the Show. In the National League Central, the Brewers grabbed 13 hits in the game as they got past the Reds in Cincinnati 6-1. The Cardinals combined for a 4-hitter as they nabbed the win against the visiting Cubs 2-0. George Zuniga collected his 8th win overall, helping the Rockies get past the Buccos 4-2. He is currently in the top 5 in the NL in wins. The New York Yankees combined for 10 hits as a team as they beat the Braves in Atlanta 4-2.
Inside the show. Here's your host, Justin Allegri.
Great Sunday action lies ahead, but first, here's what happened in the major leagues on Saturday. Looking first at the NL Central, Felipe Gonzalez grabbed 3 runs driven in, leading the Reds past the Braves 6-5. He is among the National League leaders in home runs.
Inside the show with Justin Allegri.
It's Sunday morning. Welcome to Inside the Show. In the National League Central, the Nats got 11 hits overall as they grabbed the win against the visiting Reds 8-6. In other Reds news, starting pitcher Emilio Morales is listed as day-to-day but is not expected to see any time on the IL. They're calling it an oblique strain. Isaac Burton had an outstanding day, driving in 5 on 3 hits, as the Cubs were winners over the Twins 10-6. The Pirates racked up 11 hits as a team as they stomped the Brewers 9-2. The Phillies combined to allow only 4 hits as they beat the Cardinals on the road 1-0. Jim Baca got the win, his 6th so far this year, as the Marlins took care of Atlanta 5-2. That now makes 8 straight wins for the team. Jose Ramirez was a major force at the plate with 6 RBIs, leading the Diamondbacks by the Mariners 6-1. He is currently among the NL leaders in runs batted in. The Colorado Rockies totaled 13 hits as a team as they got the best of the visiting Mets.
Inside the show. Here's your host, Justin Allegri.
Great Sunday action lies ahead, but first, here's what happened in the major leagues on Saturday. Looking first at the NL.
I got my eyes on the throne, so watch me now, watch me now, watch me now, watch me now. Watch me now, watch me now. can't take me out. When you think you're ahead, I'll tear you down for the count. I'm not slipping, you won't bring me down. Not gonna get on your level, I'm gonna go for the crown. Watch me now, watch me now, watch me now. I got my eyes on the throne, so watch me now, watch me now, watch me now, watch me now. Watch me now, watch me now.
Crossroads and start feeling mixed signals like Morse code. My soul start to grow colder than the North Pole. I try to focus on the whole of where the torch goes. In the tradition of these legendary sports pros, as far as I can see, I made it to the threshold. Lord knows I waited for this a lifetime, and I'm an icon when I let my light shine. Shine bright as an example of a champion, taking the advantage, never copping out or canceling. Burn like a chariot, learn how to carry it. Maverick, always above and beyond average. Fuel to the flame that I train with
Get hot like the summer when the AC on the light feel tune.
I put it on, baby, I put it on, praying we bluffing. Y'all hear what I'm saying, y'all hear what I'm thinking.
Yeah, way. I came far from accepting defeat. Made it down with the blood on my face. We done shed every tear we can weep. Watch them wearing they heart on their sleeves. Don't even come out the fleas. Don't even pay no mind. Cause I'm dressing that the supreme. Nah, the NLFTS, black culture, the blueprint. No with the BS, I'm doing my best. They washed out, need to give it a rest. The tables turn while they try to confess. I'm still the same, needed my space. Can be evil, but look good in the face. They haphazard, but I'm keeping my pace. They haphazard, but I remember when I was 11 and watching my blood on the TV get spilled out. Now I got a little older, no love for the system, and I'm reaching back for the now. And it's really tough, I done grown on myself to the point I can see that they hate us. All these bought on the web with that woman in person, they know they won't fade us. If you not getting money, then shut the up, bro. I don't wanna hear what you gotta say. Cause that chance be the only option for like me, I can't make it no other way. I was sitting in class in the back with my thoughts consuming everything that's around me. When I'm snapping back into reality, still ain't changing, music still found me. Yeah. Tell myself I ain't feeling away. I'ma thrive, it ain't up for debate. Already got enough food on my plate. Yeah, you can see all the sweat on my face. We been hungry from birth to the day. If you with the grind, gotta skate. Yeah, tell myself I ain't feeling away. I'ma thrive, it ain't up for debate. Already got enough food on my plate. Yeah, you can see all the sweat on my face. We been hungry from birth to the day. With the grind, gotta skate.
To let the mic smoke. Now I slam it when I'm done and make sure it's broke. When I'm gone, no one gets on. Cause I won't let nobody press up and mess up the scene I set. I like to stand in the crowd and watch the people wonder. But think about it, then you understand. I'm just to music, maybe it's a habit. I gotta use it, even if it's jazz or the quiet storm. I hook a beat up, convert it into hip-hop form. Write a rhyme and graffiti in every show you see me in. Deep concentration, cause I'm no comedian. Jokers are wild, if you wanna be tame. I treat you like a child, then you're gonna be named another enemy, not even a friend of me. Cause you'll get fried in the end when you pretend to be competing. Cause I just put your mind on pause and I complete when you compare my rhyme with yours. I wake you up and as I stare in your face, you seem stunned. Remember me, the one you got your idea from. But soon you start to suffer, the tune will get rougher. When you start to stutter, that's when you had enough of fighting it up.
Inside the Show with Justin Allegri.
TGIF, and welcome to Inside the Show. Looking first at the NL East, the Miami Marlins held their opponent to just 2 hits as they bested the visiting Rockies 1-0. Thanks for joining me. That's all for today. Same place, same time tomorrow. Enjoy the games.
And it still ain't a god thing they can tell me. What could compel me to jump in, get a piece of this bread, put in, wake up, cake up, walking in the form of my elders. I'm glowed up. Don't I look like a pharaoh? Your story tale, pull up, dim on your head, clocking. Grab my check out the mail room, then back in. Papa, daddy Warbucks, like Warhol with it and a paintbrush. I'm AWOL, but I ain't done.
Inside the Show with Justin Allegri.
It's Monday morning and welcome to Inside the Show. In the National League Central, the Cincinnati Reds knocked out 10 hits as a team as they got...
Inside the Show. And now your host, Justin Allegri.
Hello there, baseball fans. Let's recap what went down around the league on Wednesday. Looking first at the NL Central, Emilio Morales earned win number 7 this season, leading...
Inside the Show. And now your host, Justin Allegri.
It's Sunday morning. Welcome to Inside the Show. In the National League Central, the Reds got 12 hits in this one as they stole a win in extra innings over the Rangers 4-3. The Cubs swung it well with 15 hits in the game as they defeated the visiting Fightin' Phils 8-7. Diego Ayala got the win, number 7 thus far, leading the Brewers to victory over the Pirates 2-0. The Cards pitched well, allowing only 3 hits as they bested the visiting Padres 2-0. The New York Mets pounded out 17 hits in this one as they got the best of the Dodgers at home 6-5. Victor Morales grabbed 4 hits overall in the contest, helping lead the Nationals to victory against the Giants 5-4. The Boston Red Sox swatted 4 home runs in this one as they destroyed the Rays 10-3. Dennis Langley earned his 6th win out of the pen as the Blue Jays snagged the win over the Braves 4-3. The Guardians totaled 11 hits as they beat the O's in Baltimore 6-2. Ken Diamond earned win number 7 this season, helping the White Sox push past the Rockies 6-3. The Tigers hit 3 long balls as they grabbed the win against the visiting Royals 6-5. The Twins combined to give up just 5 hits as they walked off to an extra inning win against the Marlins 3-2. Angelo Castro
Inside the show. Here's your host, Justin Allegri.
Hi, I'm Justin Allegri, and this is your Wednesday edition of Inside the Show. Looking first at the NL Central.
Inside the show with Justin Allegri.
The trade deadline is fast approaching. We'll tell you what your team did on Inside the Show. In the National League Central, the Marlins put up 16 hits on...
Inside the show. And now your host, Justin Allegri.
The trade deadline has come and gone. Here's a recap of what happened on and off the field yesterday. Starting off in the National League East, the Mets picked up 14 hits in total as they crushed the Cubs 7-0. The Buccos held the opposition at bay with only 4 hits as they cruised to the win over the Cardinals 6-0. Estevan Ordonez collected win number 2 on the year, helping lead Texas against the Phillies 6-5. The Miami Marlins got 11 hits overall as they took down the Nationals in Washington 4-1. The Dodgers put together 10 total hits as they grabbed the walk-off win in extra innings over the Padres 3-1. Mikey Harris had his first victory of the year as the Giants toppled the Rockies 6-5. George Larson won the game, finishing a complete game one-hitter as the Orioles took down the Red Sox 14-0. The Tampa Bay Rays launched 3 home runs as they took down the Yankees in the Bronx 5-0. It was their 5th straight victory. Pedro Tejada picked up win number 8 this year as the Blue Jays took care of the Angels 3-0. The Minnesota Twins amassed 14 hits in the game as they grabbed the win against the Seattle Mariners 9-4. And that's what's going on around baseball heading into today's action. Join us again tomorrow for more updates from around Major League Baseball.
Trying to quench my thirst, but never in my wildest dreams I'd sit and think I'd catch this curse.
Inside the show with Justin Allegri.
Welcome to our Wednesday edition of Inside the Show. Let's jump right into Tuesday's action. Looking first at the NL Central, the Cincinnati Reds allowed only 5 hits as a staff as they took down the Chi Sox in front of a home crowd 7-3. Roger Montano got his 2nd W of the season, helping lead the Cubbies to a victory over the Mets 3-2. Dustin Fuentes earned the win, his 4th this season, as the Brewers took care of the Tigers 6-5. The St. Louis Cardinals combined for 10 hits as a team as they defeated the Pirates at PNC Park 5-4. The Philadelphia Phillies pitched well, allowing only 3 hits as they were winners over the visiting Rangers 4-1. The Marlins hit 3 long balls as they pulled away from the Nationals 8-1. The Houston Astros had 12 hits as a team as they got a road win against Arizona 5-1. The Los Angeles Dodgers allowed only 5 hits in the game as they bested the visiting Padres 2-1. The Rockies grabbed 13 hits in the game as they got the win over the Giants in San Francisco 8-4. Gio Granger got the win, number 7 thus far, helping lead the Yankees to a win over the Rays 2-1. The Baltimore Orioles got 12 hits in this one as they beat the visiting Red Sox 2-1. The Braves sent 3 balls into the seats as they beat the Guardians in Cleveland 5-2. The Toronto Blue Jays totaled 13 hits as a team as they pulled off the win against the Angels in Orange County 7-3. The Kansas City Royals racked up 11 hits as a team as they defeated the A's in Oakland 4-3. The Twins knocked out 12 hits as a team.
Know what I mean? Clown, yeah, what them, a circus, I'm take this thing for. Talk to them in the army. Accurate.
Let's get down to business. I don't got no time to play around. What is this? Must be a circus in town. Let's shut the down on these clowns.
Ready.
Tell them say we are on the game, we not do this for the fame. Clowns be tripping, but we not listen what them saying. This lion can't tame, better get this in your brain. The spirit of the legends is flowing into my veins. I mean, you're still keeping them entertained while you're chopping the knowledge that paint the picture in the frame. Keeping it militant is the mission and the aim till you're seated with the...
Inside the Show with Justin Allegri.
Playoff contending teams are making their final push to the end of the year. Welcome to Inside the Show. In the National League Central, the Miami Marlins only allowed 2 hits in the game as they ran over the Reds 7-0. Also in news from Cincinnati, first baseman Edgar Cabrera will be out of action for the next couple of days. He's dealing with a strained bicep muscle. Heading into the day, the Marlins are atop the National League East division. They are enjoying a comfortable 9-game cushion, while the Reds are in first place in the...
Inside the Inside the Show with your host, Justin Allegri.
Hello, baseball fans. Thanks for joining us on this October morning. Here's what's going on around the league as the postseason rolls on. In the National League wildcard game, the Colorado Rockies held the opposition at bay with only 4 hits as they got the best of the visiting Mets 5-0. They now lead the series 1-0 heading into Game 2. In the American League wildcard game, the Oakland Athletics got 12 hits in this one as they beat the White Sox on the south side 7-3. They now lead the series 1-0 heading into Game 2. And that's what's going on around baseball here in October. Join us again tomorrow for updates from around the postseason.
Hey, man. Everybody stand up if you ever had your back against the wall and had to fight back. It's your anthem. My view from the top of the moon, I can see the whole world sitting in my hand, a maze of views. We finna break the rules, and we gon' make them too. I can't fall asleep, I gotta stand tall, that's what a leader do. Follow me, I'm leading you. Hey, we finna turn up, crank up the heat in here, they finna burn up. Told them I'm coming, I'm here, tell them they time up. I said it once, I'ma say it again, this here be my year. I ain't gon' show no fear, I know that I'm built to equip for what God want me to do. I'm number 1 out the 2, it don't know where I'ma lose. I hate to struggle, but it made me harder. I made it far, but I wanna go farther. This not for me, this for my son and my daughter, my family tree and their daughter. I'm the chosen one, I'm wearing a jacket. I was down, now I'm up, now I was the underdog, now look who be left. I'm better than you guys, the champions, the champions. Hey, we gon' ball, never fall, the champions, the champions, the champions. Hey, we gon' ball, never fall, I put my head up and told them crown me. My ring finger got a rock on it, rock on it. I put my head up and told them crown me. My ring finger got a rock on it, rock on it, rock on it. Threw dirt on my name, tried to bury me. Threw salt on me like that was seasoning. Now this my season. Weathered every storm that was sent my way, but promise you it wasn't easy. Took some patience and grieving. I was believing when no one believed me. I was believing when no one believed me. Now they gotta see me from the nosebleed or the front row. I don't care what I see. Dreams to reality, I'm too real.